Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. Hardy now with the return. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. Oh, and they're going to get him again. 2 plays, 2 sacks by the defense.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive. They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Down the field, he's got Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down. Again, it's Jackson. He'll find Aguilar, complete. He is in. Nelson Aguilar. Touchdown, Ravens. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. They get 18 on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia. They'll run it here with Saquon. Finds an alley to the 35. And it's a big play. He's finally taken down. What a way to end the first. They can't wait to start the next quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Ravens out front. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for King Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Henry. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Now he takes off.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the 1st down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
2 minutes to play. 1st half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by...
That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Baltimore. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He's going to run it.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Third and long. On play action, Hurts. That pass to the sideline, nice job to bring it in and stay in bounds, but still short of that first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They're indeed going. It's Hurts. That's taken in, and he is out of bounds, well shy of the marker. That's going to be a turnover on downs. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Jackson now from the 50. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Off the play fake. Jackson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He finds Devontae Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter.
Nah, I did that shit to be petty because I know you ain't gonna score.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Ravens are in front. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Third and 6. Hurts. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Smith. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack.
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Odafe Owe bursting in and recording the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And that is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Play action now. Jackson. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Third and long for Jackson. Coming open, that's the tight end likely. And he's taken down up past the 35. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Lamar going to work from the pistol. That's caught! And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
On play action, here's Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And the Ravens are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a 1st down. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Henry tries to bull his way in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Britton Covey now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. Finding room at the 35. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's another quick 1st down. That's a 25-yard gain. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That one caught by Smith. And he's going to have the Eagles 1st down. They convert in style. Huge play on 4th and long. Again, Hurts. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Big play for the Eagles as they will try for two. Hurts again. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple of points closer.
I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Hardy now with the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now, faking the give. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
On third down, Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Raven first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Ravens.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Jackson now on second down. A deep shot for Aguilar. That is caught. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
As a Redskins fan, I was never letting you win this game.
Stress all week finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Covey now on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. This is first and 10. On play action, here's Hurts. He'll let this go for Goddard. He's got it! And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. Third and long for Hurts. And that final throw here is Intercepted. Picked off by Darius Washington. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.